Hello and welcome to Christmas Crafts 365. My name's Angela and today I'm going to be painting some miniature Christmas houses. I'm using a little wooden house, regular acrylic paint, and a variety of POSCA paint pens. To start off, I'm just using the regular acrylic paint to give it a nice red base coat. I want the house to look really festive and pretty, so I'm just using your typical red and green colors. Now you might be wondering, where did I get this little wooden house if you want to duplicate this craft? Actually, my dad was the one that made these. We used to sell these wooden houses at our craft show previously, and we had a lot of these little wooden houses left over that we didn't use, and I wanted to recreate them in some way. So I'm just using up what I already have. Now, if you're wanting to remake this, it might be a challenge for you to find something exactly like this little house, but you can definitely look around maybe on Amazon and duplicate some of the same designs just on something else. Now here I'm using my POSCA paint pens to start painting the roof of the house, and just so you know, I always go over everything with 2 coats of paint. I'm not going to show that just for time, and you don't need to see me painting something twice, but I want it to look nice and crisp, so I always go over everything twice. If you don't know this already, POSCA paint pens are amazing. I definitely recommend them. They've changed the way that I craft and the way that I paint. It's so much easier. Now that I've gone over the base coat of the house, I'm starting to do the fun part. All the details. I really do not like painting the same coat of paint over and over again, so this is always the best part for me, creating all those cute little details. And if you haven't noticed already, this is a really small house. It's very tiny compared to my hand, so even though it's small, I love to pack a lot of little details in there. I'm starting off with the roof with this little scalloped edge, and it reminds me a lot of a cute little gingerbread house. Now, what's great about POSCA paint pens is they're really forgiving. You can go in and clean up any little details. I made a few little mistakes on the roof that's super easy to fix. Now I'm going in with details on the actual house itself. I'm doing a nice bright green door, and funny enough, red and green are actually my favorite colors, even not related to Christmas at all. I just have always loved red and green. POSCA pens are also great for doing tiny little details. I used to do everything just with a paintbrush, and you can totally still do that, but these make things so much easier. Painting these little windows, I always loved doing that little semicircle window. I just think it's a cute detail. I actually have one of those on the door of my house. Getting these the right size took a little bit of time, but with patience and just going over it a few times, I think I was able to make the house windows look pretty good. Now, this is my first video ever, so I apologize if there's moments where it's a little blurry or if my hand gets in the way. I'm still working out the setup and, just how to record, how to do a voiceover, all those little things that make the video fun and interesting. So I'm sorry if there's little, blips along the way. Okay, after finishing the windows, I did go in with this other little window here in the middle just to fill in that awkward little gap, and I put a little triangle roof on top of that. I used my larger white POSCA paint pen to add a cute little snow detail like fresh fallen snow on top of the roof, and added a little snow to the bottom. And this is starting to look like a lot of detail, but I'm going to do even more. Here's a little string light. I will go back in and add the lights later. I'm just letting that dry. A cute little wreath right in the center with my nice green POSCA paint pen. And we definitely need some little trees. I mean, a house is nothing without some curb appeal. So cute little trees, and I'm even going to decorate those here in a minute. I'm adding the little string lights to the top with different colored POSCA paint pens. And for some reason, these pens did not really want to work right off, so I had to keep rubbing them on a separate piece of paper I had over to the side. But eventually I was able to get them to go, and they did just fine. Here I'm adding some cute little lights to the trees. Even though they're tiny, these little details really do make a difference in something even this small. I just think, you know, the saying less is more, well, not always. I think sometimes more really can add to something, especially a little craft like this. I'm going in with a little black outline for a windowsill along the bottom of each window. And you might think, well, this looks good, this looks done. But after I finish these, I'm also going to add little candles to each window, some berries on the wreath. And I'm just really loving this. I have really been enjoying making houses lately. They're all different, unique, and cute all at the same time. My last finishing touch is adding these little boughs of greenery along the top of each roof. And they're just so cute, so Christmassy, so festive. I really enjoy all these little details that I decided to add to this house. And of course, after I finish this, I'm going to add berries. There has to be berries on those little boughs. And here's the finished product. I've actually already made 2 others, so I have 3 red and 1 green. Unfortunately, I did record the green one, but the video kind of messed up, so I don't have a recording of that. You could turn these into an ornament or even sit them on a shelf and make a cute little village. I hope you enjoyed this video and check back later for more. Thanks for watching.